Hello, y'all. I need you all to hit the like button. I need you all to subscribe, and I need you all to tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell everyone about this channel, about this video, about narcissists, about narcissistic abuse, and about the characteristics and behavior of narcissists. How to get out, how to get away, and how to get to safety, and how to have and lead a normal, happy, healthy life. Normal, happy, healthy life, guys. So tonight we just gonna get right into the topic and dig right into discussing how people should have just left you alone. They should have just not have bothered you, not have attacked you, not have targeted you. But see, the thing about people is they feel like they big and bad, and they feel like they bigger than God, and they forget that God exists. And they forget that God is the one that's going to get revenge on you, on them getting at you the way they got at you. They forget that God is going to get his revenge on them for them touching you. His word says not to touch my anointed one. So they felt like they was big and bad enough to do what they did. They felt like they was bigger than God. They felt like they was above God, or they just simply forgot that God exists. And they did not think for one second that you were God's anointed one, that you are his chosen one. And since they didn't think that, they just thought that it was just open season and free reign to just do whatever the heck they felt like they needed to do towards you, at you, or to you. And here's the thing, they felt so comfortable speaking on your name. They felt so comfortable lying on you. They felt so comfortable creating a smear campaign about you, about your character, about your life, about your decisions, about who you are as a person. And the thing about it is, everything that they said about you is the things that they wanted everybody else to believe about you, because it's really the truth about them. See, what they're good at doing is deflecting and projecting and not taking accountability. And they're really, really good at taking their failures, their shame, their guilt, their mishaps in life. And they are so good at flipping it and making it look like it is you who are the problem. But when in fact, they are the ones who are the problem. They should have just left you alone, because see, now God is mad. Matter of fact, God been mad, but now it's the time and season where it's time for you to start winning. It's time for you to reap the benefits of your labor, your hard work, your suffering, your challenges, the things that people have done to you. It's time for you to reap the rewards of God's wrath coming against these people. It's time for you to reap the benefits of God's revenge against these people who touched you, because they shouldn't have touched you. They should have just left you alone. It's your time to shine. It's your season. It's your turn to start winning now. It's your turn to start glowing. It's your turn to start seeing your bank account improve. It's your turn to start seeing your business develop and grow. It's your turn to start being able to be free and do the things in life that you had sought out to do. It's your turn to put one foot in front of the other and be able to serve out God's purpose for your life. And see, all these people, they dug a ditch, they dug a hole, and they dug a grave for you. But what ended up happening was, throughout this time and this process, all the while that they were digging this hole, this grave, this pit for you, they was really digging it for themselves in turn. This grave, this pit, this hole that they dug, they ended up falling into these graves. They ended up falling into these holes and these pits that they initially intended to be for you. They ended up falling into it. They set a trap for their own self and they didn't know it. All they had to do was put in the work, the time, the energy, and the effort into working on themselves, working on their character, their personality traits, their well, I wouldn't say personality traits, but working on their character traits, working on their mindset, working on their heart. Instead of just working on themselves to be better people and to achieve the things that they want to achieve for themselves, it was just easier for them to just hate you and be jealous of you and envious of you instead. And see, that's where the laziness comes in. They were too lazy to just work on themselves, too selfish to just be giving toward you and reciprocate the same energy toward you that you was giving to them. They were lazy, they were selfish, and that is the biggest issue, that they refuse to look in the mirror and see about themselves. The thing about it is, they didn't have to spread gossip all throughout town about you and your name and your business, but they did it anyway. They didn't have to go through great lengths to put you in a position to be dire straight, but they did it anyway. They didn't have to go to great lengths to put you out on the street, you and your children, but they did anyway. They didn't have to go to great lengths to be spreading STDs and bringing them back to you, but they did anyway. They didn't have to go to great lengths to cause you madness and mayhem and headaches and nightmares and frustrations and anger and disappointment and just pure chaos, just pure hell. They didn't have to do these things to you, but they did it anyway. They didn't have to come into your house and use up your electricity and eat up your food and not contribute, but they did anyway. They didn't have to be riding around in your car, eating up your gas, using up your mileage on your vehicle, tearing up the interior wear and tear of your vehicle, but they did anyway. They didn't have to use you and take you for granted, but they did anyway. They didn't have to come in and use you for your body and get all that good, getting it in, as they say. They didn't have to come and use you for your body to get it in with, but they did anyway. They didn't have to lie on you and create a smear campaign about you to make themselves look good and feel good, or to create this false perception of themselves to hide behind their mask and hide behind the lies that they told about you, but they did anyway. They didn't have to waste your time and tell you all these sweet nothings and lead you to believe that y'all was going to ride off into the sunset, or lead you to believe that y'all was going to have this great life, but they did anyway. They didn't have to future fake and lead you to believe that they was going to get their ish together, but they did anyway. They really could have just left you alone and chose somebody else, or just done it to themselves, but they did anyway. They didn't have to put you through all of this stress, all of this financial pressure. They didn't have to do these things to you, but they did anyway. They should have just left you alone, because see, now God is finna make them pay back for all the disappointment, pay back for all of the long suffering that they put you through, pay back for all the lies that they told on you, for all the lies that they told to you, for draining your bank account, for taking all the hard work that you put in to keep this train moving and going. And they just was freeloading off of your train that you worked so hard to keep going. For every ounce of hurt, pain, disappointment, for every ounce of suffering that they put you through, God is going to make them pay. Do you hear me? Now is the time to reap what you have sown. People are out here reaping what they have sown. And all of this stuff that they have done to you, it's now time for them to pay up. They got to pay up for everything they done to you. Ain't no excuses. Ain't no God, I'm sorry. Ain't no God, I didn't know. No, you knew exactly what you were doing. That's why you did it. No, you did everything you sought out to do. You intended to cause this person hell. You intended to flip this person's life upside down. That's why you did it, because you intended to do it. They want to tell all these lies and say, oh, I didn't know. When it's time for them to pay up, they all of a sudden got amnesia. Nah, they knew exactly what they were doing, and they accomplished their mission and their goal in doing so. It's time to pay up. It's time for you to start reaping the benefits of what you have sown. You have done nothing but take care of this person. You've been nice to this person. You have been the red carpet that laid out for this person to walk on. You helped take care of this person. You was there for this person. You was their shoulder to cry on. You helped elevate them and uplift them. And all they have ever done was tear you down. You helped build this person while they in return tore you down to shreds, down to nothingness. They completely broke you and left you to pick up all the pieces by yourself and re-heal yourself and re-uplift yourself and rebuild yourself. They left you broken, all for you to just sit there and take all that hard work that you put in and have to do it all over again. And that's what the narcissist does, is they leave you broken. They find you whole and they leave you broken. They take all the goodness that you have away from you and they suck it up like a Hoover vacuum cleaner. And that's what they are. They are the Hoover in your life. And you need to get that Hoover out your life, because that Hoover has no business being in your life. That Hoover has no business being in your circle. That Hoover has no business using up and wasting up your time. That Hoover has no business sucking up all your resources and all your benefits and all your blessings. That's all they are, is blessing blockers. They come in, they take what they need, they take what they can get, and they leave you with nothing. It's time to pay up, because they should have just left you alone. They should have minded their business and kept it moving. But no. They had to just stop and take a good look at you. They had to get what they saw that you had to give them. Or they saw you as a dollar sign because they saw all the benefits that they could get from you. And they had to enter into your life. They had to make it their business to disrupt your life. See, you was on a straight and narrow path, minding your business, going on about your day, about your night. And they had to just wiggle their way into your life. Do you know that you are special? You are a gem. You are a jewel. You are the light. You are the answer. You are the healer. You are the substance. That's why they couldn't help themselves. That's why they had to wiggle their way into your life, because it was something there for them to take. It was something there that you had for them to take advantage of, to reap the benefits from. And the thing about a thief is, if they see an empty house with nothing in it, there is no reason for them to go into that house and break into it. But if they see a house full of stuff that they can get up out of that house, guess what they're going to be doing? Finding any and every way to get up in that house. Or they're going to break their door down, or they're going to pick the lock, or they're going to figure out how to get in and take all the goods that's inside of that house. You are that house that's full of goods, full of resources, full of benefits, full of things. You have it all. That's why they robbed you. That's why they intervened and took everything you had to give, because you had something valuable that they felt like that they could benefit off of you or from you. You are that house that's full of the goods. And thieves, they don't take no time and waste no time on a house that ain't got nothing in it. You the house that got everything in it. You are that gem. You are that special person. And now it's your time to start winning. Now is your turn and your time to start shining. Now is your turn and your time to get back everything that they took from you. See, God is already putting you in position to reap all of what was taken from you, to reap all the hard work of harvest that you put in into caring and love and caring for a person and loving on a person. You finna reap all the benefits of all the hard work that you put into this person. And everything that this person took from you, God is going to restore it back to you 100-fold. So now this is your time and your season to start getting everything back returned to you that was taken from you, to get everything back that was snatched away from you, to get everything back. You finna start being able to focus on your business plans, focus on your promotion, focus on traveling if you want to, focus on any and everything it is that you want to do in your life. God is setting that stage right now for you to be able to get it done. And all the people who sat there and laughed at you, talked about you, used you, mistreated you, and abused you, these same very people is going to have to sit and watch you eat. That is a part of the punishment. They have to sit and watch you eat, because these very people, they didn't want you to win. They didn't want you to eat, but now they're going to have to sit there and watch you eat, watch you win, watch you thrive, watch you be full of living water. The punishment is they got to see you win. They got to see you eat. They got to see you get everything back restored to you that they took from you. And then not only is God going to give you what they took from you, but he's going to give you even more. He's going to give you abundance. He's going to give you the abundance that you deserve. And all these same people who thought that you was nothing, or thought you was going to be nothing, or who lied and said that you was nothing, he finna be able to put you on this big stage for everybody to see that you are something, that you are somebody, that you are special. And it's all for God's glory. At the end of all of this, you win, you walk away winning, you walk away getting back everything that was taken from you, and you are brought back home to God. And God is going to get the glory. The thing about it is, evil wins at first, but then as time goes on, God allows it to work out into your favor, to where the good side of the coin ends up winning and not the evil side of the coin. So good will always supersede evil. That's just the way that it is. Jesus is coming back for his bride. The thing about it is, Satan already lost. Why do y'all think he's out here trying to destroy us, putting us through all of this spiritual warfare so that we can continue to suffer, and that we can get distracted from the suffering and distracted from what's going on in the world, and we lose our focus on God? And that's the devil's goal, is he wants you to get distracted with all of these things and those things, the madness and the mayhem that's going on in your life, and the narcissist coming in and just wreaking havoc in your life. That's all a distraction. That's all a nuisance. To stop you from realizing and understanding that at the end of all things, Satan already lost. He just gets us distracted from remembering that, so that we can lose focus and that we can fall in the pit. Satan wants to drag you to hell with him. He's jealous because you have a chance to get your life right and be forgiven by God. Satan will never be forgiven. That's why we're going through this spiritual warfare. The devil is at war with us. He knows he has but a short time. That's why he's out here wreaking havoc in your life, and he's jumping into people like meat suits to get the job done. Don't y'all understand these people that you're dealing with? They're carrying spirits. This spiritual warfare is something serious. It's something heavy, but we got to learn how to get in prayer and ask God to strengthen us, to strengthen our discernment, to strengthen our mindsets, and to change our mindset, to renew our mind, and to clean our heart, purge our hearts, and give us all the weaponry and tools that we need to fight these demons and to fight this demonic energy that's floating through life and floating on earth. Because this spiritual warfare is, you got to be ready for it, man. You got to be ready to fight, because it ain't for the weak. It's for the strong. And God wants us to be raised up and be his soldiers so that we can go to battle. Well, that's all I have in this video tonight. I see you all in the next video. Peace and blessings to you all. Love you. Later.